Hi everyone, Gina Craft District Instructional Technology Coach. I wanted to show you a hidden gem within Schoology, and that is the assessment tool. The assessments are amazing. They are very robust. There are a lot of options that you can do. There are accommodations already built in, and they grade themselves, some of the questions. So I figured let's work smarter, not harder, and let's kind of look at these assessments so you can see some of the options that you're going to have. So I'm in my sandbox course. I'm going to go to add materials, and then I'm going to go to add assessment. It's the blue puzzle piece, not the green test quiz. This is actually being phased out. It's going to be this turquoise add assessment. And so from here, we're going to have our setup of the assessment. So we're going to create the name. I'm just going to make this practice. You can put in a due date. You can put in your point value. Submissions, you can have this disabled automatically. If you're going to have it published and maybe you don't want people to be able to access it yet, you could automatically enable it. You can have it enabled until a certain date, or if you're planning ahead, you could enable it from this date to this date. I'm going to do enable from, I'm just going to think that I'm working ahead here, from 11/9 until, let's do 11/10. If you want, you can put in a specific time here. We'll say 8 a.m. to, let's say, 11 p.m. Okay. You can also password protect this. So if you want to give your students a password that they have to put in order to be able to take that assessment, you have that option. If you wanted to do that, you can go to enable and then just put in your password. I don't need that right now. You can put in your category and your factor. You're going to keep it 1. If you wanted to sync to Skyward, you can have that selected as well. I'm going to hit create. And this is going to take me to the rest of the setup for the assessment. This is where you can display your instructions here. You have all of these other options, though, of things that you can include if you want to include. You can set time limits. You can randomize the order of the assessment if you're worried that students are going to be looking off of each other's screens. You can show how many points, but this toolbar here is where you're going to have all of those different accommodations. So you could give the option for your students to flag questions. I'm going to do that because that's very similar to IAR, so I want them to be kind of familiar with that format. Eliminate answer choices. I have no problem with that. They're not going to need a calculator. If they needed it, though, then you can choose if you wanted a basic or a scientific calculator. And with a ruler, you can choose what type of ruler that you would like as well. The text-to-speech toolbar, absolutely, that's fine. They can highlight text, that's fine. They can use a notepad for notes, that's fine too. Here, you're able to decide if you want students to be able to see their results. You can have no, you can have yes, that they can see the results of their assessment, or yes with correct answers. So the results plus what were the correct answers for those that they got incorrect. You can also limit how many times a student can take an assessment. It goes all the way up to 20. If you would like it that many times, I'm just going to do 3. And then you are able to choose that the final grade is either by the highest score or the last score that they took. I'm always going to choose highest score, and I'm going to hit save. So it says that my changes have been saved. Now I have the ability now to set up the questions. I'm going to go over here to questions, and this on the left-hand side is where you're going to see all of those different types of questions. One thing I wanted to highlight are the questions that are auto-graded. So again, this is where once you select the correct answer, students take the assessment. It can grade those for you, put it in your Schoology gradebook, and then go over to Skyward if you have that option going right now. These are the different types of questions that are automatically graded. You can see the constructor responses over here, like the short answer or fill in the blank. Those you're going to have to hand grade. But the ones over here in this category here are auto-graded. So that is a great feature to take advantage of. Over here on the left-hand side, we can see all of the different types of questions. We have multiple choice, true, false. All of these different ones are great questions. And we have some other ones like students can record an audio of themselves. So if I wanted them to maybe just kind of tell me, work out their problem and kind of tell me their thoughts, I might say in this question box, please record your thought process. If I want to see what this is going to look like, I can preview this question, and I can see here that it automatically inserts that audio recorder for the students. So it's embedded in there. All they have to do is hit the record button and it's going to save, which is awesome. I'm going to go ahead and save that type of question. And it's the same thing with video. Video is going to be the same thought process. A file upload, I've seen a lot of people do this for math. If they want the students to kind of upload their work, then this is a great place for that. So upload your work here. You could also choose how many files that you're going to allow them. I'm going to say 3 just to make sure that they have plenty. And I'm going to preview that question. So then it automatically inserts this dialog box where students are able to upload their files directly into Schoology. Again, all in one place. That is so helpful just to keep everything together and not have to track things down in multiple places. There are also other types of options for those types of files. Label image is really great for maps. Highlight hotspot, you're able to choose images and students can choose things on the image. There's just lots of different great things over here in the assessments. When it comes over to the grading, you're able, once there are student assessments, you're able to grade based on question or based on student. So you could grade all of one question if you'd like to, or you can grade all of the questions for each student. And then the reporting will then have those grades, and it'll have all of the data that shows what students have done. So the assessments are wonderful. You just need to play around with them and kind of see how everything works. But they're a really great built-in tool into Schoology that has accommodations already, that has everything in one spot, that makes it really easy for everybody to access everything. So take advantage of this tool. Absolutely use it. And hopefully it's going to make everything a little bit easier for you.